Hi guys, and welcome to what is the very first official episode for me on the Unorthoblocks server. We have built up a little bit of a house, as I mentioned in our sort of little introduction bit. This is looking pretty cool. We've still got quite a bit of work that we want to do to this. So let's just jump up and have a bit of a look at what's going on. Not a lot on the inside. We've got this little under passageway here, which I'm probably going to put a bit of storage, maybe store some horses and stuff like that down here. And it's just a throughway as well, just to make life easy. So this leads up to Quirky Squid's house, which I think looks really cool. I love the little design choice that he's got going on here, the different block colours and that. It's really, really awesome. And likewise, you can do the same on the other side over here. So there's a little raised up area up here. So what I'm planning to do is build two little storage huts on either section here. So there's going to be one over there and one right here. And then I want to build a tower here. It's not going to be anything too complicated, just a nice little tower. Now, I have a bit of an issue though. I really don't have very much. I mean, this is my diamond pickaxe, which is pretty much dead. And I've got an iron pickaxe, 5 iron left to my name, and full iron armor. So, yeah, things aren't looking too great in that sense. I've got 2 chests worth of stuff, but nothing I really desperately need to use. At the moment, I really need to get my hands on some gravel and some more stone in general. And yeah, I've got 1 spare diamond, which I should keep on me actually. So I think to get started today, what I'm going to be doing is heading on down into the mines and doing a bit of strip mining. I'll be surprised if there's any diamonds left in the area, to be totally honest. But hopefully we will find some. What I really need to do is get myself up to level 30 and go and use that little enchanting station down there, because that would be pretty handy. Just even if I just got like Fortune 1 or Fortune 2. In fact, actually, I've got 11 levels and it's not worth enchanting anything because this pickaxe is almost dead. So to begin with today, I'm going to head on down into the mines. I've got some resources I need to gather, and yeah, basically what I want to do before I start working on the rest of my house is actually do a little bit of terraforming, just so I can get my space for the area. So I'm going to drag this out a little bit along this way and build up like a little bit of a sort of cliff facing, like you've seen me do quite a lot of times in my survival series. So that should wind up looking pretty cool. And I'm going to bring all of this round as well and sort of extend it out a little bit. We'll have a little pathway up to get into the actual house. And in this area here, I was talking to Quirky about this. What I'm thinking about doing is building a sort of little pond thing, and it's going to lead along this way, and then eventually we can have it sort of tumbling off the edge of the tiny little rock face that we've got going on, because that could wind up looking pretty cool. Got bait over here as well. She's just doing a little bit of work over here, gathering trees and stuff like that. So yeah, I think that'd be really cool. For that, I'm going to want to go to the coral reef and grab some little bits just to help make it look a bit more interesting. There is a coral reef, just it's pretty close off in that direction. But yeah, as I say, to begin with, I am going to empty off anything I don't need, head on down into the mines, and try and gather up as much as I possibly can. So yeah, the next clip will probably be quite a ways from now, but it should be of us sort of starting to build up this cliff facing, and I really need to get rid of this podzol. But yeah, into the mines. Okay, so that mining session was a little bit of a failure. I got loads of resources, so we can actually start building up the little cliff face and that now. But I figure while I'm here, I might as well just do some planting in this, which is a community little wheat field. And yeah, basically I'm just waiting for some stone to melt so I can actually get started. Not really a better way to kill time than to just plant some seeds, I suppose. Got to do something while I wait. Yeah, I managed to get a load of iron, which is pretty cool. I've got like 2 extra stacks of iron, loads and loads of cobblestone, loads of andesite, and some gravel. Just your generic bits that would be good for building anyway. Didn't find a single diamond, which is a little bit sad, but that's fine. We will find one. What I'll probably do is check what my enchantment's going to be, see if I can get anything decent, and if I can get fortune onto an iron pick, at least then I've actually got fortune and I can gather diamonds a little bit more efficiently. But yeah, as I say, for now, it's just seeding time. That is such an awesome colour. Like, this little orange glow that we've got going at the moment looks so cool. Right, so, as you've just seen, I've just built up all of this, and I think this is looking pretty good. I want to get a little bit more variation in here, so what I'm thinking is sort of like just taking away some of these blocks and chucking in some andesite into them. I would do cobblestone, but I really don't have a lot of cobblestone left now. I pretty much used up... Well, pretty much. I literally used up all of it, so I guess I could put some of that in some places just to make that look a little bit better. But yeah, I think this looks pretty good. It could do with a little bit more work. I think the andesite these days blends in way more with stone than it ever used to. It's been a long time since I've used vanilla texture packs, so yeah, that does sort of blend in a bit more than I would have hoped, but that is fine. I think it still looks pretty cool like that. It might look a little bit better during the daytime, and I need to do something about getting this area a little bit mob proofed, because we don't want any creepers going off or any of that sort of stuff. We don't want anything to get destroyed. I just really don't want to go along the roads of torch spamming everything, because I think that looks a little bit nasty. But yeah, so this is what we've got going, and I think it looks pretty cool. I need to get some more resources and that, and if I could get up here, that would be great. So what I'm thinking is, from this point here, I'm going to create like a little wooden stairway, just sort of like, nothing too overly complicated, just something sort of leading up here. I kind of want to keep it open, but I'm finding it kind of hard to get the design I have in my head and translate it into Minecraft at the moment. I'm trying to think about how I could do that. So yeah, I'm just going to keep doing a little bit more work. What I'm thinking up here as well is if I just get hold of some green wool, I can get some green carpet down and sort of colour this up. But I want to do a load of variation here anyway. And yeah, I want to get a load of variation going on here and make this look a little bit more interesting. So some coarse dirt, maybe some gravel and stuff like that. And yeah, that should help this start coming together. I've stopped it over here for now. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to get rid of this little mound. I think I broke my shovel. I don't remember breaking my shovel, but apparently I did. Yeah, so I'm going to get rid of this layer here and just bring it down a bit. And then we're going to have our little sort of pond thing going on. That's going to come all the way along here. I suppose it's going to be a bit more like a miniature river than a pond, if anything. And I need to see what bait's going to be doing over here as to where I can let the water flow down to. So what I'm currently thinking is if it comes along this way, then I can have it sort of dropping down here and almost looping back round into this area here. Because as far as I know, no one's actually building here. This is kind of just being used as a wood hoarding area. So yeah, I just want to sort of get this area looking pretty nice and well terraformed. So yeah, again, I'm going to have to go back into the mines and gather up a bunch more stuff. But what I think I want to start doing is working on this sort of design for this pond area. So that means going out into the coral reef and grabbing those bits up, and yeah, just grabbing... I only really want the fins. I don't actually want coral blocks. So I need fins, I need plenty of bone meal, but that's easy enough to get. I just kill some skeletons, that's fine. and the kelp. Yeah, I want kelp as well, because the animation of the kelp block just sort of adds a little bit to anything that you're sort of building, I think. So yeah, I think that's the next quest. We're gonna give up in the mines for a little bit, because I've been spending quite a bit of time down there, and mining can get a little bit dry. I really need to rush a beacon. That's something I want to get as quick as possible. But what I really need to do is get myself diamond up, because ain't about this iron life. And I really, really miss the elytra. I'd never realise how much I miss it until I don't have it, definitely. But yeah, we're getting somewhere. So either do I want to go and get the pond stuff now? Sorry, I'm just like brainstorming out loud here. I either go and get the stuff for the pond, or I'm going to build this little stairway up, which maybe I should build the stairway, but no. No, we're doing the pond. Okay, cool. I'm going to go get some bits, and we can jump back in and get that built up. I don't think that I've ever seen them spawn like that. Like, why have they spawned in the water? I didn't think that that was a thing, but I mean, they definitely must have spawned. Wow. 1, 2, 3 raid captains? Yeah, I think I'm going to leave those guys to it. They can have their fun. Right, I need to find this coral reef. I've kind of forgotten where it is. That over there? Oh, look, it's right there. It's huge. So I'm guessing that's what this is. Someone sort of like cordoned it off just so we know where it is. Maybe, possibly. Anyway, let's go grab some bits, and then we can get on with the little pond project. Yeah, huge derp moment. I can't collect that without Silk Touch. Otherwise, I'm just going to be constantly breaking it. Let's go check the enchantments. Well, that worked out a bit better than I was expecting. I actually managed to get the Silk Touch straight away. And that was on a mid-level enchantment, I suppose that is called. So that is great. It means we can actually go and do what we wanted to do. And it also means I'm not going to have to be smelting stone all the time to... smelting cobblestone all the time to get stone. Right, I have pretty much finished this little pond. Are we still going to call it a pond? Because I think it might be a bit big to be a pond. So I need to put a bridge over to that side, and I need to get some more cobble going along here. But we got loads of coral going here, and let's just sleep to help out, eh? So yeah, we've got loads of little coral bits going on, sea grass, and we've got some of the... I always forget what it's called, and I don't know why. It's called kelp, but every time I try and think about its name, I always forget. So yeah, I've just chucked in like loads of variation. There's loads of like little dipped down bits of cobblestone there. So cobblestone slabs, cobblestone stairs. We got loads and loads of gravel down there as well, just to make it look a bit more interesting than just grass. And yeah, we've just chucked a load of colour in here. We've got like a quick way across that I completely messed up there. I'm probably just jumping too quick. But yeah, so we've got this first section sorted. We need to build the bridge connecting between mine and Quirky's. Because I feel a bit bad, I've kind of cut his pathway off, so we need to get that back in. And if we come back down this... Excuse me. If we come back down this end, as I was saying before, what I want to do is cut this out here and let this run down here a little bit. And I think just in this lower down section here, in fact this is almost perfect. Yeah, just in this section here where all these trees are growing, we can expand it a little bit more as well. I think if I do that, I'm going to bring the path along this way a little bit. Just because, as I say, I want to get a little stairway from up here leading down into the sort of main road down there. Because at the moment we're kind of just built up completely disconnected from everything. So it would be quite nice to get ourselves connected. So what I'm thinking is we'll take the road probably from here. I don't want to do it perfectly straight. And get rid of them. And I'm not going to chuck any variation into it really, because it doesn't really look like any of the other pathways have that. So I think in the spirit of things I should keep things fairly similar to what is already going on. So yeah, something like this. The pathway will come up to here, and we'll have a nice little wooden structure here that is going to take us up. Maybe I could do like almost like a little balcony area here. And in fact, actually, if I do it like this, I might not need to change this landscape much at all. It would wind up becoming a pretty big pond though. I don't know if I'd want to take that on again, but all in all, I think it would look pretty good. Especially like coming along this main path here, you have like a nice bit of water to look at, and that could be pretty cool. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking at the moment. And as well, I'm thinking I'm gonna get into building this up. I'll probably do it the same way I've done the pond. It's just gonna be a little bit of a progress update, and then after that we can end the video out. So yeah, let me come up with a design and get this built up. I do like the idea of adding like a little sort of balcony area here and then having the stairway go down. I think that is probably the idea I'm going to go with here. So yeah, let me get that bit done and then we can jump on back in. Right, so this is what I've got so far for it. I'm not 100% sold. I like this. I think it looks good there. Maybe need to do something about that though, just to make it look a little bit more sort of reinforced, I suppose. So maybe if I get rid of those ones, I can try maybe doing this, and maybe this will look a bit better. Does that make it? Yeah, I don't. Struggling now. I think I might leave that like that for now. This though, I really need to do something about this bit here, but I just do not know what to do. I mean, I could just completely change the wall design and do something completely different, but I don't know. For some reason, I really like the idea of having the fences here, so I kind of want to try and keep it like that. So yeah, I'm not 100% certain what I should be doing with that, but I think for the time being, and mainly because I'm out of time, I'm going to be leaving it sort of as it is for now, and I'm going to have a little bit of a think about it, but it does connect us up perfectly now, so we can come all the way up, and we got our little platform that, as I say, if it does happen, I'll be turning this into an extension of this pond area. Pond, river, I still haven't decided what it's going to be called. It's either a pond or a river. I like it though, it looks really cool. But yeah, literally this is all I've got time for this episode, unfortunately. So I really hope you've enjoyed it. In the next episode, we're going to be actually tackling the house a little bit more, because at the moment it is pretty bare. There is 0 things on the inside. You know, there's nothing going on in here. I've got 2 chests. Yeah, so that's not great. And I need to work out exactly what's going on down here, what I want to be putting down here, and all of that, and how I want the floor to look. I'm thinking about using gravel as the main block and like little cobblestone accents, just because that makes it look a little bit more different to this wall here. And then I think I need to round off the edges by putting some stairs up there. Obviously not spruce. Or I could do wooden beams, actually. That might work. I'll think about that. So we could use wooden beams. But I'm kind of thinking just rounding it off with stone will look pretty cool. And of course we're going to have to add some pillars for structural stability and that sort of stuff. And then up the top here, we are going to be building up 2 like little shack type things that are basically going to be for storage, just various basic storage items. I'm not going for any crazy redstone storage just yet. I'm going to save that for when I move on to doing my big project, which brings me to my next point. I don't really have a big plan for this yet. I had a few ideas that I was going to consider doing, but I keep sort of changing my mind. So obviously here I've gone for a very sort of medieval rusticy style build. We're going to have a tower there as well, and then it's really going to look very medieval. Medieval is definitely my bread and butter when it comes to playing Minecraft. And I've already got a series where I'm building in the medieval style. Now, as much as I love it, I think I'd like to do something a bit different. So, series-wise, from what I've got going on, I've got like a fantasy medieval creative series going on, and I've got my traditional Japanese style survival series that's going. So realistically, when it comes to doing a big project, I kind of want to stick away from those 2 styles that I've already been doing, just to sort of keep things interesting for me, basically. Because if I'm doing massive medieval things here, then what I'll probably wind up doing is not really jumping into my creative world as much anymore. And that's definitely not something I want to do because I really love that creative world. And the Japanese style is really, really heavily used in my survival single player. So again, I really just don't want to jump into doing it that way, where I'm going to get bored of going into that world because I really love the way that that world's coming along. So yeah, I need to come up with a different style to sort of build in. I don't really want to do a sort of modern type thing. I could do futuristic, or I could do, I don't know, maybe some sort of sci-fi type thing. I think that would be pretty cool, but it's something to think about. If you've got any suggestions, do drop them down in the comment box because I'd love to hear what you guys think about it. So, but yeah, that's gonna wrap us up for this video then. So I really hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll catch you next time. Also, as a side note, I have a horrible cold at the moment, so my voice has been playing around a little bit as I've been talking. I've noticed some like little high pitched bits and stuff like that. Yeah, I've got a pretty bad cold. Yeah.